Welcome to Sitting on Bricks. Hope everyone's doing okay. This is number 4 out of the whole 6 of my ultimate guide to investing. I hope you're enjoying this at the moment. Hopefully I don't waffle on too much. It's hard to explain everything on camera because there's quite a lot of in-depth things and little tangents you go off on. But today we're going to cover minifigures. Is it worth collecting minifigures? As you know, I have probably about 8,000 minifigures now. And yes, they don't take up much space, depends how you display them. Are they worth getting? I would say yes. People will say no, so yes. There is a market for minifigures. How do you get them? Right, this is where the controversial moment happens. I do not believe in opening sets, taking the figures out and sending the sets. Okay, but I will say a but before everyone goes like that at me. It depends on the set. Okay, so what I mean. Okay, if I bought this set to take the figures out and sell the set, who is going to buy that? If this set was, I can't remember, sorry, I have not looked up. If this set is worth 25, 30 quid, then those figures need to get me at least 10 to 15 pound profit before I actually make money, if you understand. So these have to sell at least 15 quid to make a profit. Because selling this lot here, no one's going to buy this. This is just bits, this is elements, this is just throwaway Lego. So I would not open this set up just for the 3 minifigures. I got it used, so when I bought it for £3 used, I checked out if those 3 figures are there. I know I'm going to get more than a quid each for those figures. Okay, but the rest of it is basically going to go on my pick a brick wall. So that's how I look at it. If I was buying a set like this, again, is it worth opening the set for those figures? Personally, I do not think so, because these are what I class dime a dozen figures that come in quite a few different sets, different variations, but no one's going to go out there and say, I just need this figure, you know what I mean? Or I need this Luke. For me, it's not worth it. But if it was a set like this, then of course I could actually take all these figures out and sell that, because someone will want to buy just the gunship to have a massive army or a massive display. They might go to events and do displays like that and want to have 5 or 6 gunships to make this lovely mock scene. So that's where you can make the money on it. And some of these figures, like the Padme and all that, you might get only in this set. This version might be only in this set. So when you keep on looking out on the Lego website and everything else, just check what minifigures is exclusive to this. That's as easy as it is. So yes, I do believe I may be opening this set up and taking it out, rather than say a set like this, as you can hopefully understand, because these sets are these figures are quite common. The Friends Disney, no, I wouldn't take any of them out because no one wants these. So maybe yes for certain sets, but for my thinking, why am I going to buy a brand new set and take it out, the figures out? I know people always put on this is a personal bugbear that they put on eBay new other, and then you think, oh, it's a good buy, and you buy it and you find out they've taken the minifigures out, right? It's not new. When you've opened the damn thing, it's not new. When you've opened a few bags inside, it's not new. New is sealed, never been opened. That's the real definition of new. New other or new just taking the minifigures out, it should be underused, because I know it hasn't all been made up, and there's some bags that have been kept sealed, but you have opened the whole box and you have taken the figures out, so it's not new. So for me, if I was going to buy this to get the figures out, why not look on different sites and get it used? I will tell you in the video next, actually, where I'm buying the cheapest new Lego and used Lego. So if it depends where you get it from. If I could pick this up, I know this is old now, but if I could pick this up when it was first out for about 30 quid used, then I would buy it. Take the figures out, and it doesn't owe me so much. If I'm buying this, say 120 quid, say I can't remember. I apologise, I didn't look at it. How much this was new? If it was a £150 set brand new, or £120 set brand new, I need to cover my cost quite a bit. So let's go for £100. Let's go easy maths. £100. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures here. So even if I got, say, £30 for them two, I got 10, 5 and 5. Okay, so that's 30, 40, 50, 50, and then those probably not even worth anything. So £50 I'd have in figures. I spent £100, so I need to sell this for £50 minimum. You see what I mean? To get my money back, so the figures don't really cost me too much, or I need to make more money on that. So it does become a bit of a minefield when you're trying to just collect figures. Go and get the set, open it, and try and sell the used or new ship. Best way of getting all these minifigures. I haven't paid much for these figures. These are come in job lots.
So yeah, that's how we sort of got all this for next to nothing. I haven't but opened a set and parted it out like I was showing you. These are all from going to someone's house or wherever I'm getting it from that is selling their own kids' Lego, and they just said, "Oh, we want to get rid of it. We don't know if all the bits are there." It's just one of them big massive tub of rubbish. You always normally find 2Ps and Nerf gun bullets in them, and I literally just take out the figures and then put the stuff away. I don't try and make the sets up, it's too much time. As I've shown you before in my other videos, it takes a lot more time, so I just take the figures out, and that's why it's cost me less. So figures, which ones are the worth investing in, which ones are worth having to sell on? Because there's a lot of figures, you've got a lot down there and a lot out there, there's a lot of themes out there. So which ones would I suggest you would make your money on?
The ones you need to, again, to keep an eye out would be something like Star Wars. People do Clone Troopers, they do a big battle scene, so they need loads of those figures if they come out. But they normally buy them when they first come out because they're the ones that make loads of mocks and sceneries on all the time. Disney, down there, DC and Marvel. Those are the ones I'd probably invest in. People will say, what about Harry Potter? I wouldn't. There's so many Harry Potters around now, everyone's buying it. I would go down to the idea of thinking maybe the Scooby-Doo, stuff like that, when you get an odd set or theme that comes out. But those are the ones I would. Now, you do see over here I have loads. This is just one little section. If you check my videos, you know I've got loads of these. I only get them because they're really cheap, and I don't pay RIP on them. But why have I got them? Just because I think if I get them for £1, I can sell them for £2.50, the original RIP, and I'll still double my money. Would I buy them at full price? No, because there's no money in them. Except you get a few, like if you've got a knight, you've got this space guy, purple space guy, there's another knight there. They hold the prices. There's certain figures in a mini-series set now and then comes out that people want. Again, it's to do with armies when people make big battle scenes. So for me, I would not invest in minifigures unless you are collecting for yourself and not investing. The only investing ones I would probably touch would be something like a Disney one, or a licensed one, which would be a Muppets or a Looney Tunes. So those are the ones I would, out of the minifigures, I would collect. Now, what about the ones that are on, like that, on the magazines? I wouldn't touch them. They are £4 now, over £4 for a magazine. I think it's a bit more than that for a double if you've got two figures in there. Now, if you look at the resale prices on Bricklink and everything else, I'll show you where to check in my next video. I think it'll be that there's no prices in them. You're basically going to get the same money as you've bought them from the shops. So for me, no. There is other things you can get, like these, which come in a gift with purchase. Those are worth getting. Keep an eye out them. Some now and then you get like the blue milk, Luke Skywalker and stuff like that. They're worth getting. Now and then they come out, like this one come out, Duff Red and all that. They have got a real good upmarket price. These are, I think this is about £2.30, about £3-4. So there's about 500 quid's worth of figures just there, because I got them at the right time. And then some people do miss them out. So just keep an eye out for those ones. I would definitely invest in these type of minifigures if they're in a poly bag. Also I'd invest in, which is surprising probably, is these. I know I said don't touch City, but City now and then have elephants, giraffes, zebras and brown bears and stuff like that come out. People do buy them for wildlife scenes, for zoos, and they hold the money. He's worth over 25 quid, 20 quid. He's worth about 10 or 15. So if you can get them second hand, used or whatever, wherever you're buying them from, they're worth having. for investment. I don't know if people do this. On Lego.com, they have a pick a brick section. It's just come through actually, and they have these. Sometimes they have the minifigure bits in there. That once they're gone, they're gone. They don't normally bring them back. They had the purple helmets, which I've shown in other videos and stuff, and purple tanks and stuff. So certain things of the minifigures are only out for a certain time. So I actually do invest in them, because later on I can make a whole army of whatever I need to sell. So hopefully I didn't go on too much regarding figures and stuff to buy. Oh, I didn't touch on dinosaurs and stuff like that. But Jurassic World, yes, some of them, like the Dominus Rex, was worth quite a bit. They do go down in price, go up in prices. They're worth getting, again, because people like to collect them. But overall, the general minifigures, like these, in my opinion, I don't know if people don't like it or what I'm going to say, they're not worth collecting or buying to invest in, as in opening a set to sell the set on. They're okay to buy the set, for you to say, right, I'm going to have this £100 set, take the 5 figures out and sell the ship for £40 or £50, because then you know you haven't spent a lot of money on the figures. But in my eyes, just buy the used set, get the figures out that way. But overall, unless there's a specific one that's only available in that one set, it was only limited edition and only limited run, then most of the figures is good for collecting rather than investing. Unless, please remember, if you get it cheap, if you've got these for £1 each, there's no, it's literally just throw out everything I've said. It all depends on what you buy it for. But I'm saying, in generally, if you're buying a set, opening it up to take a figure out, don't. You're not going to make any money. If you go down to wherever you need to buy them and someone's selling 100 of these for about 30 or 40 quid, then yes, buy it, buy it, buy it. I'll be buying them as well. So hopefully I haven't gone on too much and I haven't lost what I was going to say and any viewers for this. Next one should be a bit more in depth and a bit more betterly planned. So I apologise for everything and I'll see you on the next one.